Okay, everybody. A little bit later than I usually post. I know. I usually try not to post in the evening. But we've got a little bit of a news update from the Seattle Seahawks. I didn't want to upload too close to the training camp video, so I sat on this for a couple of hours here. But we have gotten some news about a roster move the Seattle Seahawks are making. Not really a big one or anything like that. I'm not going to sit here and act like this changes the direction of this franchise or anything. I think we all understand that at this point, this was likely to happen at some point this offseason, be it now or later. It just happens to be happening now. But we have some finality, it looks like, on Kenny McIntosh. Kenny McIntosh has been waived by the Seattle Seahawks. This video is sponsored by Prize Picks. So with that, Kenny McIntosh's time with the Seattle Seahawks comes to an end. He was here for 3 seasons and did not play very much. He was a 7th-round pick in 2023, that very memorable 2023 draft class. Good pick. I mean, I liked the pick at the time. He could never catch a break, could never really get on the field, and now it's over. So obviously he tore his ACL about a year ago. Almost, it might actually be about a year on the dot, a year and a day or something like that. But was never able to bounce back from that, which indicates he may have torn more than just his ACL. There might be a PCL and an MCL in there. And when you tear all that, it does tend to take longer than 1 year. So unfortunately, the Kenny McIntosh thing, I think that he had long odds to make the roster this year no matter what. But this closes the door. Although I do wonder if he might revert to our injured list if he passes through waivers like Tyrone Broden did, so he could at least stay on the team even if he would be out for the season. That might be good, but this is the last year of his contract, so I don't think that could really lead to anything. And at this point, with all his body has unfortunately been through, I have to believe that at this point, it's better for everybody if we just kind of move on, assuming that he's never really going to get on the field for us at this point. And that's too bad because he was a fun, kind of unique talent too. He was a running back, but he had really good receiver skills. He could run routes. Uh, I think he had a future in this league if he was healthy as a 3rd down back that could also like do wheel routes and Texas routes and stuff like that. But not to be. So he will be waived. Like I said, I think there's an opportunity for him to clear waivers and then get back on the Seahawks on their injured list. But I don't think that would mean, oh, he's going to be here next year and he's going to be our starting running back next year or anything like that. So Kenny McIntosh's time in Seattle ends with him having only really played in 1 of his 3 seasons. 2024, he had almost 200 yards from scrimmage. Was actually pretty efficient with the ball in his hands. He averaged 5.5 yards a carry, 22 receiving yards as well. Obviously, we're not getting overly excited about this. This is a lot of it was garbage time too. A lot of it was at the end of games that were pretty much decided. But there were moments where he actually looked pretty good, and it seemed like we had something. But the guy could not catch a break. He suffered a pretty serious injury in 2023, his rookie season, and never really got, I think he got on the field a little bit, but never got the ball. And then 2024, he did play a little bit, but when you're on a team with guys like Walker and Charbonnet, there are only going to be so many opportunities for you. So, and obviously 2025, he tore his ACL and never got back. All right, guys, let's take a quick break here to talk a little bit about Prize Picks, currently the #1 sports pick app in America. The app is very easy to use. Check it out to my left here. You can do player picks, where you just pick more or less on a few player stats and lock in your lineup. Or you can pick teams, where you pick winners, spread, or total on any game or fight. The app is available in most states, including California, Texas, and Florida. Right now, they have a great offer. You can play your first $5 lineup and get $150 in lineups if you win. All you have to do is use code HMA when you sign up. It's a brand new offer. Best time possible to get on the app. So get on over there and get to winning that first lineup. So remember, Prize Picks, code HMA. Download the app today, and remember to always gamble responsibly. I do want to reiterate that if you take a look at Seattle's depth chart at running back right now, I think this was always going to happen. Even if McIntosh had managed to make it all the way back from the ACL, I think there's a very good chance that he would not have made the team. Price is obviously ahead of him. And then you've got Emmanuel Wilson, who, say whatever you want to say, at least he's not been crippled by devastating injuries in his career so far. And then, of course, you have George Holani, who is clearly somebody that we value. And then, Charbonnet is going to come back eventually. There's just not a lot of room in there for Kenny McIntosh. So I know he had a lot of fans, though. I know there were a lot of people who liked him, who were optimistic about him, who were hoping he could make his way back. But at this point, there were long odds. And today, those long odds have basically become infinite. At this point, he's basically not on the team. So with that, there are now only 3 players on the PUP that Seattle is concerned about because McIntosh and Broden were waived. We've got, of course, Charbonnet, Eamon Worry, and Devin Eastern. So that's a very, very short list of PUP guys we have to think about right now. So that's good news. But it is too bad about McIntosh because he did have some stuff to give in this league. I remember his rookie season. He looked really good in training camp. And just, it was kind of like he was working behind the 8 ball from the start because he very quickly got hurt. I think he might have even gotten hurt in the, it might have been the mock game, if I recall correctly, and just could never catch a break after that. In other news, real quick, I want to throw this out there as well while we're here at the end of this video. Nick Bellore has retired from the NFL, former Seahawks special teamer / linebacker / fullback. Was a Seahawk for 5 seasons, made the Pro Bowl a couple times. Considered one of the best special teamers in the league. Went to the Commanders when they got Dan Quinn as their head coach. And he was a fan favorite. So this is the end of his very long and ultimately, you would say, successful career. I mean, he's been, I know he was never a super high profile player, but he was definitely a valued player. And he is somebody that Seahawks fans remember fondly because there was a certain cult of personality around him, I think, that was a lot of fun. And we also understood that even though he was just a special teamer, he was a good special teamer. So I do want to say so long to Nick Bellore as well, and see you in the next phase of your life. Just wanted to throw that in at the end of the video here. But yeah, Kenny McIntosh is waived off the team. That's pretty much it for him. As of right now, we haven't signed anybody to fill the roster spot. So right now we have an open spot. Don't know what we're going to do with it. Would love to bring in a noteworthy edge rusher, somebody with a little bit of juice left, but more than likely we're going to bring in another camp body because we need camp bodies, right? You need guys who can be out there, but you pretty much know are very unlikely to make the team. That's just the way life goes for some of these guys. Okay, I am going to go ahead and get on out of here. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, subscribe if you're new, hype the video as well, click the bell for notifications. Gonna start getting back into the swing of doing that. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. More stuff. Some people were asking about the Vita Vey stuff. I'll make a video about that tomorrow, by the way. But yeah, Kenny McIntosh. Wish things could have worked out a little bit better, but he is out of here.